Welcome to this third tutorial on Git and GitHub. In the first two tutorials, we covered some basic terminal commands and also introduced some of the Git commands like git init, git status, git add, git commit, and git log. If you have not gone through those videos, I would recommend you to please go through them by clicking on the link given above. In this tutorial, we will be continuing from where we left in the previous tutorial. In the part 2 of the Git commands, we would be discussing about Git Reward and Git Reset. These are two of the most important Git commands when it comes to making changes on your Git, and depending on whether you're working on a local repository or a remote repository, you can use Git Reward and Git Reset interchangeably. And also there are quite a few important differences between Git Reward and Git Reset, which we'll cover as we proceed in the tutorial. So let's start with our command window. In the previous tutorial, what we did was we created a new empty text file, text.txt, and committed that as an initial commit on Git, and later on added one code in our text file and did our second commit as first code added. We will be making a couple of more commits before we start working on Git Reward and Git Reset. Now we'll first open our text file. This is the file wherein we have the first code. We'll add a few more codes in this. We'll save this file and we'll again check the status. We can see that we have a modified text.txt file. We'll add the file and commit it with an appropriate message. Few more codes added. Now what we are going to do is we are going to delete one of the codes which we added earlier. Let's say we delete this code number 3 and save this file again. Now once we are done with saving this, we'll again check the status, add our file and commit it with third code deleted. Now if we check the log, we have a total of 4 commits. The first was the initial commit, which was the blank text file. The second wherein we added our first code. The third commit wherein we added a few more codes. And the fourth commit wherein we deleted the third code. Now if we want to get our third code which we deleted earlier back into our file, we can do it in 2 ways. First would be reverting a particular Git. And when we say reverting a particular Git, we are talking about undoing the changes which we made in that commit. And the second would be to reset the entire changes which we did up to a certain Git. Now when it comes to Git Reward and Git Reset, they both are giving the same end result, wherein we are getting our text file back into the state which we are intending to. But when it comes to the approach of both of these functions, they are quite different. When we talk about Git Reward, we are talking about reverting the changes we did in a particular commit. And when we talk about Git Reset, we are talking about undoing the changes up to a particular Git. Now we'll see how both of these are different when it comes to their approach. Now it is recommended that if you are working on a remote repository, you avoid using Git Reset, because Git Reset would eventually delete all the logs which were committed after that particular log to which you are resetting your Git. Whereas if you are working in a local repository and if you are sure that you do not want those changes to be incorporated in future, you can always use the Git Reset command in order to clean your log. Now that is one of the basic differences when it comes to Git Reset and Git Reward. Git Reward is kind of another commit and it gets captured in your Git log. Whereas in Git Reset, it is not a commit. You're basically deleting all the future commits up to a certain commit which you made in the past. So we'll see both of these in action now. So we'll start with Git Reward first. As we can see that there are 4 commits which we have done till now, and what we intend to do is reward this particular commit since we want to undo the code which we deleted. before doing that, let's check the text file. We can see that there are only 3 codes in our text. We'll close this and let's see how to run the Git Reward function. Now Git Reward as an input takes the hash key for reference. This is the hash key of the commit which we want to revert or which we want to undo. And it is really difficult for you to type in the hash key which is too big. So what we can do is we can only pick up the first 7 characters of this hash key, copy it, use the command git revert -n followed by the hash key and press enter. Now after running this, if we check the status again, you will see that we made some changes on our branch and we can see that we are currently reverting this particular commit. So what we have to do now is we do not really need to add this file, since revert or functions like an add function only, wherein you are adding a particular git to be committed. So what we'll do is we'll simply go ahead and run this command git commit followed by the message undo code deletion and done. Now if we go back to our text file and open this, we'll see that we got our third quote back into our file. So this is how git revert functions. And now if we check the log, we will see that we'll get a 5th commit wherein we've got the undo code deletion. So in git revert, although we reverted this particular commit, but Git is still maintaining the record of the revert which we have done. Now let's go back to our text file again and delete the third quote, and now we will recover this quote by using the reset command. So I made the changes and saved the file again. We'll straight away add our file and commit this file with message third quote deleted again, and we'll check the log. If you see the log, we've got a 6th commit wherein it is capturing that the third quote is deleted again. So the previous time when we deleted the third quote, that is also being captured. When we reverted the changes, that is also being captured. And now when we deleted the third quote again, we are again tracking those changes. Now in Git Reset, it works in a very similar fashion of Git Reward, but we'll see the key difference when it comes to the log. Now let's reset our changes to the original commit wherein those quotes were added. So this is the commit we want to reset our file to. Again, we'll copy the first 7 characters of the commit and use the command git reset followed by the hash key and followed by --hard. Now basically this hard resets the index and working tree, and any changes which have been committed post this commit would be discarded. So once we run this, it gives you the message that head is now at this particular commit which we mentioned while running this git reset command. Now if we look at our text file again, we'll see that we have all of our 4 quotes back in the file. And if we check the log, we'll see it has only 3 logs, which is the initial commit, first quote added, and few more quotes added. And all the commits which we did post this are all discarded now. I hope you understood the difference between Git Reset and Git Reward. In the next video, we'll be covering the concept of branching and would be talking about 3 Git commands, which is git branch, git checkout, and git merge, and we'll visualize how the branching functions for having a better understanding of the concept. Thank you for watching. See you in the next tutorial.